Krishna. Today we're going to cover some questions from our viewers, especially Krishna Priya Didi and Girirari Prabhu in America. So first question is, devotees are asking, why do we only show Srimati Radhika's lotus feet on the day of Radhastami and Gopastami, but not on other days? In the temple, Radharani's lotus feet in her Sri Vigraha Didi form are shown on these 2 days only, Radhastami and Gopastami. So Gopastami is the day when Radhika and her Sakis dress up as the Sakas. They themselves dress as cowherd boys and then mingle with Krishna and his Sakas, so that in that way they have a chance to be with Krishna when he is going out on the first day to graze the calves with his friends. The gopis experience purva rag, attraction for Krishna prior to meeting him, and this increases and intensifies. And when Krishna is at home, it's very hard for them to meet with him. But when Krishna goes out to the forest, then there are no restrictions. Vatsalya Ras is not so much present, so Madhurya Ras can fully be prominent. At that time, Radhika dresses as a cowherd boy along with Lalita, Vishaka, Ruparati, and the other gopis. So Radhika wears a dhoti, kurta, pagari, pitambar. Other times their feet are hidden because they are supremely chaste. On Radhastami also we see Radhika's lotus feet because she's given Maha Abhishek by all the Brijbasis. We hear in the Madhav Mahotsav book how all the Brijbasis get a chance to serve Kishori Srimati Radhika by bathing that Vrindavaneshwari. Jiva Goswami writes how Radhika is coronated as the queen of Braj, Vrindavaneshwari. On other days, the Manjaris and Sakis see Srimati Radhika's lotus feet. So if you desire to see Radhika's lotus feet every day, then the best way is you can serve Sri Vigraha. Internally, this Manasi Seva can be performed, but also you can perform Vigraha Seva. Then those who are serving the Didi, every day they bathe Srimati Radhika and are having a chance to see her lotus feet. So this is a chance. If we desire to see Radhika's lotus feet, then we should meditate on her lotus feet, the symbols that are described to be on her lotus feet in Sastra, meditate on those symbols, and then also, most importantly, serve Sri Vigraha. This is the best way to create sambandha relationship with Sri Radha Krishna. The next question is, what scriptural references are there that mention Goloka Vrindavan as the topmost planet? So especially this is found in the Brahma Sanghita with the verse Goloka Dhamni. This shows that Goloka is the topmost realm. This is established clearly in the Brahma Sanghita. This is a very authoritative granta. Mahaprabhu brought this from South India. He gave this along with the Krishna Karnamrita book. And also there is a sloka in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Golokera Hoy Swarupera Sthiti, which shows that Goloka is the topmost realm, and this is the topmost place where the soul can reside in its spiritual form. The next question is, someone was asking, where is it shown in Sastra that by chanting Harinam, all kinds of devotional service are fulfilled? In Madhya Lila 22:136, there's a verse that says, Shri Vishnu Shravane Parikshat Abhavad Vayasaki Kirtane Pralade Smarane Tad Angri Bhajane Lakshmi Pritu Pujane Akrura Tvad Abhivandane Kapi Patir Dasye Sakye Arjuna Sarva Svatma Nivadane Balir Bhut Krishna Tir Esam Parha. This is saying that actually by performing any of the limbs of devotion, one can achieve the perfection of life, Sri Krishna Prem, divine love. This verse is quoted in the Padyavali and the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 1 to 265. Also, here it's saying that, for example, Parikshit Maharaj achieved the highest perfection of life, or the shelter of the lotus feet of Krishna, by performing Shravana, hearing. Sukadev Goswami attained perfection by Kirtanam, by reciting the Bhagavatam. Prahlad Maharaj achieved perfection by Smarana, remembering the Lord. Lakshmi Devi, the goddess of fortune, attained perfection by Padasevanam, serving the Lord's lotus feet, massaging the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu. Prithu Maharaj achieved perfection by Archana, worshipping the Lord in his deity form. Krura achieved perfection by doing Vandana, offering prayers. Hanuman achieved perfection by Sevanam, doing service to Lord Ram. Arjuna achieved perfection by Sakyam, being Krishna's dear friend. And Bali Maharaj achieved perfection by Atma Nivedanam, complete Sharanagati, self-surrender to Krishna. So the 9 limbs of devotion, Shravana, Kirtana, Smarana, Vishnu, Pada, Sevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atma Nivedanam. Hearing, chanting, remembering, offering prayers, Vandanam, Pada, Sevanam, serving the lotus feet, worshipping the deity, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atma, Nivedanam. So we can see by this example how all these different personalities achieve perfection simply by following one of these limbs of devotion. At the same time, we hear that, especially in this age of Kali, the most important and powerful limb of devotion is Nama Sankirtanam, Kirtanam. The Chaitanya Charitamrita, Antilila 4, 70 and 71 gives an important verse. Bhajanera Madhye Shrestha Navavida Bhakti Krishna Prem Krishna Dite Dhare Mahashakti Tara Madhye Sarva Shrestha Nama Sankirtan Niraparade Nam Loile Paya Premadhan. Which means that of all the different types of sadhana, the best kind of sadhana is Navada Bhakti, the 9 limbs of devotion. These are the most important limbs of devotion. Now, they have the potency to give Krishna Prem, Krishna Dite. But of all these 9 practice, Tara Madhye Sarva Shrestha Nama Sankirtan, the most glorious, the topmost is Nam Sankirtana, congregational chanting of the Lord's holy names. If you chant without offenses, very quickly you achieve the topmost goal, Pancham Purushartha Krishna Prem, that divine love. So Srila Rupa Goswami also discusses this. He says that of all the limbs, the 64 limbs he gives, he says 5 are most important. And of those 5, Nam Sankirtan is most important. Sadhu Sangha, Nam Kirtan, Mathurava, Shraddha, Shrimurtir, Srivan, Bhagavat Shravan. But Nam Sankirtan is considered the topmost. Now, while one performs other activities of bhakti, one should also perform Nam Sankirtan and also should be in Sadhu Sangha. If we are not in Sadhu Sangha, the Association of Saintly Devotees, will continue performing offenses while chanting also. In the Bhagavatam 12, 13, 23, Ved Vyas glorifies Nam Sankirtan saying, Nama Sankirtanam Yasya Sarva Papa Pranasanam Pranamo Dukkha Samanas Tam Namami Harim Param. All kinds of sins are completely destroyed by the chanting of Bhagavan's names, and all kinds of miseries are relieved by complete surrender to the lotus feet of the Lord and by always bowing down to Him. Thus we offer our respectful obeisances unto that absolute truth, Sri Hari. So this is the conclusion of the Srimad Bhagavatam. Conclusion of Vedanta also says, Anavriti Shabdat, Anavriti Shabdat. Always serve transcendental sound, vibration. The Bhagavatam also states, Kaler dosa nidhi rajanistui aki mahadguna kirtanadeva krishnasya mukta sangha param brajet. That Kali Yuga especially is an ocean of faults. However, there is one great redeeming quality in that age, which is Krishna Kirtana. By performing Krishna Kirtana, then one can easily cross over the Bhava Sangsara, this ocean of material existence. This is covering that question. Another question. Giridharipu sent this question. What is the verse that establishes that logic and argument are the topmost standard for understanding the absolute truth? One should follow the footsteps of the mahajanas, the great personalities. So there's a verse in the Mahabharata that says, Tarko pratishta shrutaya vibhinno. To be considered a great thinker, one has to establish one's own mat, one's own path, one's own philosophical system. But that doesn't necessarily establish the absolute truth. Really, you should follow the mahajanas. So they were asking what this verse is. So it's in the Mahabharata. It goes, Tarko pratishta shrutaya vibhinno nasa munir yasya matam nabinnam dharmasya tatvam nihitam guhayam mahajano jena gatapantaha, which means that tarko pratishta shrutaya vibhinno. There are so many kinds of arguments and logical kinds of reasonings, but this does not establish the absolute truth. Vedanta also says the same thing, that tarko pratishtana, tarka does not establish the absolute truth. But at the same time, without giving your own system, your own ideas, then you're not considered a great Muni, great thinker. But this does not actually lead you. Therefore so many branches come into this world of different ideas. But then which one to follow? How do you know? But knowledge of the real path to achieve the ultimate good, the ultimate shreya, that is in the heart of the self-realized souls, who are not just doing deductive reasoning. Therefore follow the mahajanas, the great saintly devotees. Otherwise you will not be able to achieve the ultimate attainment of Krishna Prem. Mahabharata gives another verse. Achintyo kalu je bhava natam starkena yojayat prikriti vyaparam cha tad achintyasya lakshanam, which means that which is beyond matter, outside the realm of your own sensory perception, that is the inconceivable achintya, absolute truth. So you should not try to approach that absolute truth by your own deductive reasoning. Rather, take shelter of the mahajanas. Following in their footsteps, they can impart that divine knowledge unto you. Okay, a couple more questions and we'll be done. So, when the elephant Gajendra, the king of the elephants, he was attacked by a crocodile in the lake, and he called out to Lord Vishnu for help from his past samskars. Then Vishnu quickly appeared on his carrier, the eagle Garuda. Gajendra picked up a lotus in his trunk and offered it up to Lord Vishnu. Lord Vishnu accepted it, saved him, and killed the crocodile. So the question is, why did Vishnu go to help Gajendra without informing Goddess Lakshmi? I haven't heard this story, but they're saying, does Krishna also help his devotees without telling Radhika? They were asking this in their class. So we should first remember there's a difference between Aishwaryamay and Madhuryamay Bhakti. Aishwaryamay Bhakti means Bhakti performed in awe and reverence of the Lord, generally performed towards Lord Vishnu in Vaidhi Bhakti. And Madhuryamay Bhakti is Rag Bhakti, worshipping Radha Krishna in Braj. So Krishna always protects his bhaktas. He gives this vow, Paritranaya sadhuna vishnashraya taduskritam dharma sangstapanartaya sambhavami yuge yuge. One prominent story is that of Krishna protecting Draupadi. So when Krishna was protecting Draupadi when she was being disrobed in the Kaurava's assembly, she called out, Hey Govinda Rako Sharanam Abda Jivana Hari. So Krishna was in Dwarka Puri taking his lunch. And immediately when Draupadi called, he left his meal without washing hands, without putting shoes on, he immediately ran out and went to protect Draupadi. So he was sitting with Rukmini. It wasn't like he sat down and said, okay, Rukmini, now I have to go for something. There was no time. He immediately had to go protect her. So Krishna is so eager to serve and protect his devotees. He says, Sanka Chale Siro Chakra Dale, that Krishna's Sudarshan Chakra is always flying above the devotees, looking if they are under any harm, and he will protect them. But Krishna is Shakti Madhura Bina. He is always present with his Shakti. She is in his heart. So you do not need to tell your own heart what you are doing. It already knows. So Krishna does not need to inform Radhika. She's always aware of his thoughts and moods. But also we should remember that Krishna himself in Braj never leaves Braj. Vrindavanam parityaja paramekam nagachati. Brajendranandan Shamsundar never leaves Braj. So when Krishna leaves Braj or is outside of Braj to protect his devotees, that is one of Krishna's manifestations. Ete chang sakala pungsa Krishnastu bhagavan swayam indradi vyakulam lokam mridayanti yuge yuge. In the Bhagavatam it says, Krishna is the Supreme Personality in Braj. All the others are his changsa kala pungsa, his manifestations, partial and complete. They come from the original avatari Krishna. And Krishna comes in Dryari Vyakulam Lokam to protect the worlds that are being assaulted by the enemies of the demigods and devotees, the demons, the demonic forces. Krishna will relieve the devotees from their onslaught. So this Krishna who is going to protect the devotees outside of Braj, this is not actually Brajendran and Shamsundar, this is another Krishna. When Ram appears, Sita appears. When Krishna appears, Radhika appears. So actually, Shakti Matoda Veda, they're always together. One more question. Why does Narada Muni chant Narayan, Narayan instead of Krishna, Krishna. So generally we see that Narada Muni always chants Narayan, Narayan, Narayan. He's Narayan Bhakta. But when Krishna appeared in Braj, Narada Muni also came to Braj and had darshan of Lord Krishna. All the devas came, Narada, also the sages among the gods came. So we sing this song, Narada Muni Bhajaya Vina Radhika Ramananam. Narada Muni on his Veena, he's playing and he's singing Jai Shri Radharaman Haribo. He especially sings Radharaman Haribo, Jai Radharaman Haribo. So Narada Muni, we should not think he only chants Narayan, Narayan. He also chants Krishna's and Radha's names. When Radhika appeared in this world, he went to Barshana. After Krishna's appearance, he thought, Krishna has come, Shaktiman has come, Shakti must also have come. So he met with Vrishabhanu and Kirtida and said, have you had any child recently? And they showed him their son. He said, no, any Kishori, any Kumari. They were reluctant to show because Vrishabhanu had found her in Vrishabhanu Kund. He did not want anyone to take her away. But he showed her to Narad Rishi, and then Narad said, please go bring some paraphernalia so I can bless her. But really he wanted to worship her. And when Vrishabhanu left the room, he offered prostrated obeisance to baby Srimati Radhika and offered prayers to her. He did not want Vrishabhanu to see that Narad, the great sage of the demigods, was worshipping Parashakti Srimati Radhika. So Radhika appeared before him in her fully matured Kishori form and blessed him and said, now I'll go perform sadhana in Govardhan, at the bank of Govardhan. And then Narad prayed for Gopi Bhav and Radhika blessed him. So after receiving Radhika's instruction, he went to Narada Kund, nearby Kusum Sarovar. On the other side of the road there's a place called Narad Kund. And there Narad Rishi performed tapasya for a long time and achieved Gopi Bhav and became Narada Gopi. So actually, Narada Gopi is always serving Radha Krishna Jugal Kishore and chanting Radhanam. That time he's never thinking of Narayan. So Narad Rishi, he appears in many forms. Shiva also worships Krishna. All the devas, Indra, Brahma, all the devas worship Krishna. So, lastly, it's described that there's the Vaikuntha planet Svetadweep in this material world and also Goloka in the spiritual world. In the CC Adalila chapter 5, this is established. So when we do bhakti and we achieve perfection through bhakti, where do we go? Do we first go to Braj in this world or Braj in the spiritual world? The Vaishnavas teach us that when we perfect our sadhana in this mortal body, we go up to the stage of bhav. Then when we transfer from bhav to prem, then we give up this material body and appear in the spiritual world as it's manifest in this material world, called Bhoma Brindavan or Prakrita Brindavan. Then we achieve Vastu Siddhi. Swarup Siddhi means we realize our spiritual form internally and begin serving there. Then we give up our material body and appear in Braj, in this Jagat, or in one material Jagat. But that is spiritual as well. In the Braj in this world, it's always spiritual. But when we appear in that Prakrit Vrindavan, then we take shelter of the Nityasiddhas, and then by achieving perfection of our sadhana, serving under the Nityasiddhas, then we become qualified to enter a Prakrita Vrindavan, the transcendental realm of Sri Vrindavan, that is beyond the Viraj river. So these are some questions our devotees have asked in the last couple of days. Many questions. I thought we have many videos to release, so we won't release these questions separately. We'll just put them all together. So if you have any more questions, please put them in the comment section. Hare Krishna.